screen here. This is a question that you're going to need to do grouping with, but there's no GCF at the beginning. Is that okay? Is it just the grouping that you want to look at?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at question 6 then together. The first thing that you always look for is there a GCF? Well, there's no X with this one, and 3, 2, and 8. They do not have a common factor besides 1, so there is no GCF other than just 1. And I'm not going to divide everything by 1 because that's not going to do anything to it. It's not going to simplify it or change it in the slightest. So I'm going to go straight into grouping. Since that's not 1, I will need to group. So we are going to do product and sum. Okay, what product am I looking for, folks?
3 times 8.
3 times -8. So my product is -24. And what's the sum I'm looking for?
2.
Positive 2. So plus 2. It's always good to write those symbols down. It's always good to write the signs. Okay, so I need factors of 24. So I could have 1 and 24. I got 2 and 12. I got 3 and 8. I got 4 and 6. Okay, those are all factors of 24 that multiply together. So I want to get a positive 2 out of these here. I can't get 2 out of 1 and 24, whether I add or subtract them. 2 and 12, no, I can't get a 2 out of adding or subtracting those two numbers. 3 and 8, I can't get a 2 out of adding or subtracting those two numbers. 4 and 6, I can get a 2 out of subtracting, okay, or adding their opposites. So let's see if I can give them a little bit of room here. Can I get a product of -24 and a sum of positive 2? If so, what are my signs going to be for the 4 and the 6?
Positive 6, -4.
Yeah, plus 6 and -4. Okay, I know that I have to go negative times positive to get a product that's negative. Okay, so the product works. And then if I add -4 plus positive 6, I get positive 2. So the sum works too. Okay, so, all right, Coffee, you with me so far?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So 3x squared is good there, and the -8 is good there. So now what I'm going to do is, for grouping's sake, I'm going to take that plus 2 and I'm going to replace it with -4 and plus 6. But don't forget your x's. So instead of plus 2x, I'm going to write -4x and plus 6x. Okay? That's a big first step in getting our groups together, because now I have 4 terms and I can group them into 2 groups of 2. Okay, somebody want to walk me through next step? What do I do with my first group?
You would find a GCF for that and then
Yep.
divide it to get your first group.
So what is my GCF for group 1?
1
Okay, one for the numbers
or X.
and x. Yeah, so 1x or just x. Okay, so I divide both of these terms by 1x. What would I get? If I divide 3x squared by 1x, what do I get?
3x minus 4.
I get 3x, and I divide this by 1x, I get -4. Okay? So now I'm going to do the same thing with the second group, but the goal is that if I had 3x minus 4 in these parentheses, I got to get 3x minus 4 in these parentheses. So in order to get positive 3x, what do I have to divide or factor out of positive 6x?
2.
2, positive or negative?
Positive.
Plus 2. And then if you check, negative 8 divided by positive 2 gives me negative 4.
Can we try one?
Okay?
Circles or peanut butter?
So I have my two groups. Both groups have parentheses with 3x minus 4 in them. So we're going to call 3x minus 4 in parentheses my greatest common factor for the two groups. So if I take the 3x minus 4 and divide it out of that first group, Katha, what's remaining? If I take this first group and I divide out the 3x minus 4, what do I have left? Can you hear me?
3x minus 4.
Yeah, I take the 3x minus 4 out of this first group. I take it out. What's left?
1x.
Yeah, just the x. Okay, so I'm going to take 3x minus 4 and factor it out, and all I've got left is 1x. And then for the second group, I'm going to also factor out my 3x minus 4, and what's left there?
2.
Plus 2. Sweet home Alabama. There we go. And that's it. That's my answer.